So this emergency broadcast, this emergency live broadcast from the chief of staff, that's the Biafrans in diaspora chief of staff, this emergency broadcast will clear your mind. As a true Biafran, this is what you need to know. Don't follow the Zoom media. Since yesterday, they have been spreading false information on this social media. Since yesterday, because so many of you guys have come up with so many questions and we have been answering these questions. If you can check back our previous message, we answered everything. We touched every part of offices, every part of departments in Finland to tell you that Simon Ekpa will regain his freedom very, very soon. He's been interrogated because what is going to happen in 2nd of December is not a small something. It's a very, very huge convention where we will be sampling our declaration, where we will be sampling our Biafran flag. So it's not an easy something. It's not an easy something. You can check back our previous broadcast, then you can understand what we're talking about. Now, this emergency broadcast will clear your mind and make you understand what we are fighting for. You as a true Biafran, you as an Igbo man, you should know that this particular media, this propaganda Nigerian media is being fooled. They have been fooling themselves all this while. Look at them everywhere, all the whole bloggers, everywhere you go in the blog, different story. He will be extradited to Nigeria, he will be condemned. One APC man on an interview with Arise TV said Simon Ekpa need to be shot. That is what he said. Simon Ekpa need to be shot. Now, listen to this emergency live broadcast by our sister. There you know what we are fighting for. Simon Ekpa is just one person. If you think you can take away Simon Ekpa, they have thousands of Simon Ekpa waiting to pick up this cause. Thousands of Simon Ekpa are waiting to pick up this cause. Thousands of Nnamdi Kanu are waiting to pick up this cause. There is nothing you can do on earth to condemn or destroy a freedom fighters. Yes, the People's Army will surely win, and we are winning already. We are so happy that the Nigerian government have helped us to expose and to highlight our 2nd of December convention. Now the whole world is watching. Now the whole world is watching what will happen on 2nd of December. The whole world is keen and they are watching. And we will surely shock the Nigerian state, because we have a lot of plans waiting for them. Look at Musa. Ordinary Musa that cannot even face the Biafran defensive force, talk less of the Biafran Liberation Army. Musa that the Nigerian military the Biafran Liberation Army have been neutralizing them for the past 2 weeks now. It's now making noise about extraditing Simon Ekpa to Nigeria. What can you do? Do you think you can face Simon Ekpa in a battle, in a war battle? Do you know what Simon Ekpa have done for Finland? Have you ever been in a war front before? You are talking about your strategy, Simon Ekpa to Nigeria. You are joking. You guys are joking. You Zoom media, you are joking. None of these media houses have ever highlighted or talked about the killings in Southeast. None of you guys have talked about the killings in Southeast. Look at what is happening in Olo. Look at what is happening in Ohofia. These soldiers are killing innocent Biafrans, destroying homes, destroying properties, but you don't talk about it. But you guys are happy because they have arrested Simon Ekpa. Woe to you, because Simon Ekpa will soon regain his freedom. He's been interrogated about what is going to happen in 2nd of December. That is the Biafrans convention, the Biafrans in diaspora convention. If you don't know, the Biafrans in diaspora have a government now. They have a government. It's not a one-man movement. It's not a self-declaration. This is a full-time government declaration. So listen to this live emergency broadcast and share your opinions on the comment section. Share this video so that the true Biafrans will understand what we are talking about. You don't have to follow the crowd. You need to subscribe to these local channels so that you can realize what is happening in Southeast. Do you understand? You can go back to our previous broadcast and you understand what we are talking about. Now, relax as I share this live broadcast. Relax.
Reference to this emergency meeting of the Brigade cabinet members. I welcome all the cabinet members here present, both at home and cabinet members in the de facto government. I welcome and thank our Biafra Liberation Army, our Biafra Defense Forces that are on ground doing the needful to ensure that the restoration of Biafra is not tampered with by anybody, by any government, foreign or local. Our determination to redeclare Biafra between November 29th and December the 2nd, but in Finland and in de facto homeland, is a task that every Biafran, every individual listening here today must be involved in. As the previous speakers have noted, our able Prime Minister, Obato, His Excellency Simon Ekpa, will be with us in a very few period. This is just a short delay that will in no way affect what we are doing, demean our spirit, or hamper our resoluteness to restore Biafra on 2nd December. His Excellency, I greet you. I thank you for the wonderful job you are doing to restore Biafra. I thank you for your resilience. I thank you for not cowing in or trying to negotiate. That is the spirit of Sisu. Every single individual here in Biafra government goes with that spirit of Sisu. We are more determined now than before for the restoration of the independent state of Biafra on 2nd December 2024. Nothing in this life, absolutely nothing will deter us. Nothing will stop us. So on this note, I want to bring to the notice of all Biafrans that our Prime Minister is safe and sound, very healthy in Finland, attending to these issues that usually most of us know. The terrorist state of Nigeria will always try in one way or the other to bribe their way into all the different foreign countries, to bribe their way into places like United Nations, African Union, to bribe their way into every internationally established community or organization. The Nigerian government, using the Europeans, using United Kingdom as part of their deal, will always try to disrupt, will always try to tamper with the restoration of Biafra, United States of Biafra. But I want to tell everybody listening here today that the power that Nigerian government has, where they stop is where this government begins. I need them to know that our Excellency, His Excellency, the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic, Simon Ekpa, has already laid a full structure for the restoration of Biafra. Nobody on earth will stop that. We are both at home and we are abroad. Biafra will be restored from diaspora. Our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, has laid the structure by introducing His Excellency Simon Ekpa to be in charge of this ship where we are right now. And that ship is on course. Our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, or you all should remember, he is with the Nigerian DSS today because of what we are doing. Our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, has said, instead of Biafra not to come, Nigeria will be burned to ashes. And I promise you today, instead of Biafra not to come, we, every single individual in Biafra government, in all the structures that our PM has laid down, we will burn Nigeria down. And any country, both international and in homeland, that tries to tamper, that tries to intervene, that tries to stop this restoration, that country will get the brunt of Biafrans. So I thank you all for coming here today. Like our Honorable Uche has explained to us what happened in Finland. Our Prime Minister, His Excellency Simon Ekpa, has been invited by the Finnish local authorities to volunteer information on what is going on. And our PM has always said he is looking for this opportunity for the government to officially know that Biafrans cannot continue to stay in a country where President Tinubu and Nigerian leaders reintegrate and rehabilitate non-terrorists into the Nigerian police and the Nigerian military and the Nigerian Air Force and custom, and they continue to kill our people. Our Prime Minister has looked forward to this particular moment with few innocent Biafrans that were taken by the Finland authority. They were invited to come, according to them, They were involved in money. They were making donation. They were funding terrorism. All of you listening to me today, who is the biggest terrorist country we have in the world? Who is among the biggest terrorists? Who is the government that are killing Christians in their numbers? Who is the government reintegrating terrorists? Who is the government that's creating two types of laws? One Sharia in the northern part of Nigeria and then the regular in the south. Who is the government that invited all the different type of terrorists you have? They have their base in Nigeria today. Who is the government that is inviting Hamas and Hezbollah and inviting them to Abuja to come and partner with them? Who is the government when election is conducted? Somebody will go behind the scene and switch the election. They'll carry the election bus and they will steal it. Who is the government doing that? And now they are saying our PM is inciting. Let them know that Biafra is a nation. Our PM is defending Biafrans by the second. Our PM has noted that the way it is done before, where we Biafrans, we just sit, we watch, and these terrorists will come and kill us, kill our mothers, rape our women, kill our children, take away our boys and girls. That is what our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa has vowed to stop. And he has vowed with his life. All of us Biafrans in the Brigade Cabinet, the factor homeland, the Biafran. We have vowed with our life. We are going to continue this same call, this same place that our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa has. Nobody will stop that. I want to let Biafrans know that our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa has set all the structures in place for Biafra restoration from the beginning to the end. So taking him or removing him to go and ask him questions to delay or to disrupt our Finland convention for the next 1 or 2 weeks is not going to have any effect. Rather, it is going to make all Biafrans more determined in the restoration of the independent state of Biafra. We are a full-fledged country. We have met all the criteria for a full-fledged country. We conducted our referendum where over 50 million Biafrans have voted for the independent state of Biafra. We've conducted different topics, we did a Twitter poll where 98% of Biafrans want to exit Nigeria because Nigeria is a killing ground. No sensible person in the world, no sane leader, no individual that has his or her honest right will ever support the existence of a killing ground called Nigeria, where people are killed in their thousands every single day. No sane leader will support that. So anything that Nigerian government is doing, anything the local Finland authorities is doing, I want to assure them that inviting our Prime Minister or delaying him or making him not to be part of the Finland Convention, which he holds dear to his heart, that will not stop nothing. We are the people. The power belongs to us. The laws of self-determination allow us to rule ourselves, to determine who is going to be our leader. And Biafrans have done that clearly over the past 2 years after they kidnapped and renditioned our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya. He is right now in Nigeria DSS dungeon. They did that because they think that when they take our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, there will be nothing about Biafra anymore. That was their wish. That was their thoughts. And now they are partnering with the local authorities in Finland to invite our Prime Minister to disrupt our Finland Convention. And let me ask everyone listening to me, if the rendition of our leader Nnamdi Kanu to Nigeria, if that didn't work, what made Nigerian government think that inviting someone Ekpa by the local police in Finland will work? They know it's not going to work. It's even going to get worse. It's going to get more brutal because we are determined for Biafra restoration. Nobody can stop that. We are all aware that all these are all the crooks perpetuated by the Nigerian government to disrupt what we are doing. And I want to ask Biafrans, before I finalize my talk, let me ask you, when has self-determination, when has the right of a people to rule themselves, when has it become a crime? When has it become terrorism? The world watches. Biafrans, every weekend we have to raise money. The reason we raise money is because Nigerian government uses reintegrated terrorists to continue to kill our people. They make our youth disappear forcefully. People are taken away from Biafra land and they dump them in prisons in the north, in the west. No, without any justice, without any lawyer. Our leader Nnamdi Kanu was renditioned from Kenya by the same Nigerian government, by the same people that went to complain to the local authorities in Finland about our Prime Minister Ekpa. Our leader was renditioned from Kenya. The United Nations set up a committee and told Nigerian government to release our leader Nnamdi Kanu. They refused to do that. 3 law courts in Nigeria has told Nigerian Tinubu government to release Nnamdi Kanu. The terrorist government run by Nigeria refused to release him. And now they think without releasing Nnamdi Kanu, if they incarcerate our PM briefly, that is going to make any change. Just think their major reason is to make sure that we take away our PM Simon Ekpa briefly, and then there will be no declaration of Biafra. Hell, oh my goodness. If they know how Biafrans are prepared this time, they will just leave our leader within the next 30 minutes. Because what is coming both to Nigeria and to any international country that participates, become part of anything to disrupt the restoration of Biafra, they will get themselves killed. On that note, I thank Biafrans. I want to let you all know our PM is hale and happy. It is just a brief disruption to our plans, which is not going to affect anything in any way. I want all the 40 states of Biafra to be resolute. More than ever at this time, the Biafran Liberation Army, our Biafra Defense Forces, now is the time to be more resolute. Our PM has given instruction. Any terrorist in Nigeria, any Nigerian military, Nigerian police, Nigerian Air Force, anything wearing Nigerian uniform inside Biafra land, they are the reintegrated terrorists that Nigeria want to use to kill and stop Biafra. So the Biafra Defense Forces, from this moment, you must increase whatever you have been doing. This is the time to increase it towards our final restoration. Our demands are very, very clear. Remove all the terrorists wearing Nigerian military and police uniform in Biafra land. Secondly, release our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Again, whatever investigation you are doing with our Prime Minister, you need to release him ASAP, because what he is doing is saving our lives. We must be alive for our freedom. So anything, anybody, all the terrorists in Biafra land, from this moment, just be aware that the forces we are going to release as a government from today is going to be very, very deadly. Because you cannot come to our land, kill us, and then go free. We must defend ourselves. This order is from our PM. Nobody can stop that. What we are doing is what United Nations has given us the right to do. The right to self-determination. Nobody can take that away from us. We have met all the criteria to be a nation. We have a geographical area. We have the 40 states in Biafra with all the administrators in charge in homeland. We have created alliances with nations. We have authorities that are working for us. We've met all the criteria as a nation. They killed us before, between 1967 and 1970. After the war, They gave all Biafrans only 20 pounds, regardless of how much you have in your bank account. Some Biafrans have millions of dollars, millions of pounds in their account. They gave Biafrans, every single Biafran, only 20 pounds after the war. And what has that 20 pounds done? That 20 pounds have made Biafrans all over the world the best in what they do. So nobody can stop that. And our declaration will happen in Finland between November 29th and December 3rd, 2024. Nothing shakes, nothing moves. We must restore Biafra by 2nd December. Thank you so much, everyone.
To see the growth of his baby. The Senate passed the Southeast Development
Commission is to be declared and restored come 2nd December. We hereby declare this meeting open. This meeting is to remind Biafrans in all ramifications that they have a duty to do. And the Prime Minister had a structure set up before he went on his national assignments. And what he expects every Biafran to do is that you dispatch your duties amicably and to prove him otherwise when he returns, so that he will be super proud of you. And Finland Convention updates as we all head our way down to Finland, because nothing can stop the declaration of the restoration of the United States of Biafra. So if you are in the homeland, if you are in diaspora, if you are a rep, if you are an admin, if you don't have any post discharging the duties of the Biafran government, you have a responsibility to give your support to these reps and admins. And reps and admins are at this point admonished to tighten up their belt and to stay fast, because they have a greater task ahead of them. Every activities of the government continues as normal. The structure the Prime Minister has set up continues, and the convention, we will meet all of you in Finland. At this very point, I will invite my minister, the European rep, to take the floor as he addresses Biafrans. Honorable Uche, over to you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Everyone should remain muted, please, while the minister takes the floor.
Yes, thank you very much, Honorable Minister Sonny. Good evening, cabinet members. Good evening, press. Good evening, Biafrans all over the world. Thank you for being here today. My name is Maz Uche. I represent the Biafra government in Europe, and we are here today to update you on the recent events concerning the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile, His Excellency Simon Ekpa Njoko. First of all, we would like to inform Biafrans that the Prime Minister is absolutely resolute and is ready to defend the Biafra cause. The opportunity to have the Biafra discussion has finally come, and the Prime Minister is ready to address the plight of Biafra and lay bare the gross human rights violations against the Biafra people. Into the information at our disposal, the Finnish local authorities is said to be suspecting our Prime Minister of public incitement to commit a crime with terrorist intent through social media space. As Biafra citizens, we have been together in this struggle, and we understand the position that we are now in. All the Biafrans were suspected of financing terrorism, of which our legal representations are working to make sure that the unprovoked matter. The Finnish local authorities have requested that the court grants them up to 2 weeks period for further investigation while the Prime Minister remains in their custody. At this point in time, we will work closely with the legal representation to ensure that the Prime Minister is well represented. At the same time, we are going to intensify the upcoming declaration of the restoration of independent state of Biafrans. My fellow Biafra people, we come to the end of this crossroad, and the enemies are quaking and wailing and trying to make sure that our convention is disrupted. But as a government in exile, as the Biafra Republic government in exile, we are here to assure the Biafra people that we're not going to be deterred. We're going to continue the pursuit for our freedom, our inalienable right to self-determination, and nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop the Biafra independence from taking place on the 2nd of December 2024. I call on my fellow Biafra citizens to remain strong. We have learned a lot from the Prime Minister. We have learned a lot from this agitation, and we remain without fear before our enemies. That is the symbol of being a Biafran. Our pursuit is just those who wish to listen to our struggles, those who wish to listen our plight should come forward and make sure that they treat the Biafrans with human dignity. I'm very, very glad that finally we have the opportunity to discuss the Biafra issue on the international stage. And this time around, it's not going to be the same story as usual. At this point, I'm going to call the Chief of Staff to take the mic and brief us further on the recent developments and the way forward to the restoration of independence of the United States of Biafra. Thank you very much, fellow Biafrans. Honorable Chief of Staff, Dr. Ngozi Orebreze, please. No
matter how corrupt they are, right, they will always follow the law. That is where I'm coming. So no matter how corrupt the police could be, they will always follow the law. No matter how corrupt the judge could be, the judge will always follow the law, because the Western nations do not do secret trial. I want you to follow. When I'm done with this analysis today, this very evening or night, depending on where you are watching me from, when I'm done with this analysis, all this fear or panic will be put to bed. We are done with this, all these shenanigans and the panic that the zoo is, trying to put in the minds of Biafran people. Once I'm done with it, it's done. Now, listen to me. No matter how they are corrupt, the law will always stand. I have some videos which I'm going to play for you. I have some videos. So the Finnish police that arrested the PM, arrested him in, or alleged that he is involved in, causing, terrorism or violence in the place they call Southeastern Zoological Republic, right? Now, the police has no right to take any further action on them or by themselves or on their own against the Prime Minister without the court of competent jurisdiction making a declaration. And before then, there will be hearing. The court will hear the case, right? After hearing the case, the court will decide based on what the law says, not based on the feeling of the individual who happens to be a judge. No, not by emotions. The court will decide the fate of the PM based on what the law says. So it is not in the hands of the police that has arrested him to decide what to do with him. No. So I want the zoo and the idiots who have been jumping up and down on social media, writing, talking nonsense on Twitter, to understand that it is not in the hands of the police, neither is it in the hands of the zoo to decide what happens to the PM. It's in the hands of the law, not even in the hands of the judge. It is in the hands of the law. The law will be interpreted by the judge. Right? So, for that law, which is going to be interpreted by judge, I'm going to play you a video. After playing you the video, then we'll come back here. We are going to come back here. So I want you to pay very good attention and follow me. Right? Just follow me and you will understand everything. We are coming back here. But because we are talking about this law now, which the judge will interpret to decide the fate of our PM. I'm talking about the law now. The law in Finland. Now look at the man who carries the law on top of his head in Finland. This is the man that carries the law on top of his head in Finland. Who knows what the law says? He does not just know what the law says. Who swore an oath to defend the law in Finland, to defend the constitution of Finland, to defend the law of Finland. That is the man you are watching on your screen. He is the current and incumbent president of Finland. Now, let us hear from him.
Finland's winter war lasted 105 days. Your war has lasted 10 times longer. We understand what you're going through. We will support you for as long as it takes. We support you because it is morally right. We support you because you're fighting for your independence. But we also support you because you're fighting for Europe's security. The fight in Ukraine is our fight. Slava Ukraini. Finland's winter war lasted 105 days. Your war has lasted 10 times longer. We understand what you're going through. We will support you for as long as it takes. We support you because it is morally right. We support you because you're fighting for your independence.
Did you hear him? Somebody said, Biafra unite, you are tired, I should go and sleep and continue tomorrow. Like, seriously? Like, seriously? Ndi mmado. Oh, we can on ya na-emelu mebere. Oh, we can on emetelu mebere. And you want me to go and sleep? This is the time that you need to hear this voice you are hearing now. This is the time. Even you're supposed to hear me talk.